gonna keep running for a bit.
I can't start without people actually saying hello.
I'm gonna do the jingle.
She's so confused.
Alright, I'm gonna take one out. Ducky ducky. What a ducky ducky. Behold, Ducky Bucky's skill. Hello.
Oh my god.
Ducky Bucky's
Hi.
skill.
I just got 2 deformed ones.
I'm deformed.
So am
Ducky Bucky's
I.
skill.
Hello.
Hello. I got the Ducky. I
We'll
got
be
the Ducky
reading-
Bucky.
We'll be reading a book this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're alright.
We're alright. I'm gonna eat this Skittle and see what happens. Oh my god, I'm so good!
You're ready, go.
For you.
For everyone. Everyone needs their gay boy in their life. We have to get to at least like 2 or 3 people, maybe even 5, to start reading. So like if people actually share this live, that'll be better. They like break reading books like this one. This is the move. This is just a book I'll be reading to you guys. Yeah, wildfire. If you want to be in camera, come back here. You're on the camera.
I am. I'm gonna take my mask off. Hello.
You know what? Alyssa, I will read to you. I know we got a second person. Who else is there? And you know who else is existing?
We need to know who else is watching us.
Yeah. Stalkers. I'm just kidding. Right.
Yeah, you better be.
Wildlife.
Wildlife.
Wildfire. I can't read well. My glasses.
Okay, we're just gonna read to Alyssa because the person left.
Yeah. So. We're gonna start reading. Putting the fucking book back because I'm cool. Yeah, I don't care what colour I get anymore. I'm just going to pick them up. Right. I find that this person's being very quiet so that I can read.
Wait,
they're
what
just
if
AFK.
Alyssa was the person that left?
But they're AFK, they're being respectful.
You can't stand backwards on stairs.
Hmm?
You can't stand backwards on stairs.
Oh,
Mirrors don't break, they multiply.
you told me that last night.
You know what else I told you last night? Hand place.
That's a knee puncher, yo. That's a knee puncher. Anyway. And right, I have to actually start reading now. Okay. Would you like to be on the screen? Or no?
I don't know. Hey. Right. Bruno.
Yeah. Anyway, let's actually start reading.
Okay.
Right. Talking to the one person, not you.
Alright.
Well, I'm reading to two people at the moment, so
Yeah, I
Got
think
my
I'm
boyfriend.
forced into it.
here you are. Right. And every other life I'm going to actually read this book and I keep on reading books. I could just become a book reader to help people sleep.
Good do.
Yeah. Henry's eyes are burning into me from across the living room. Your summer's going to suck.
Wah!
What? Why would someone just say that? We're just going to review it on the way there. Right. There's an echo of snorts from my teammates. They're now just coming from Matty.
No, there's no one in the live.
We watch
I'm gonna
it.
kill myself.
Right, I'm gonna have to reread it.
Ah, there's
because-
someone in there.
Right,
There's someone there now.
can I actually read now?
Stay in the live.
I'm gonna start from the beginning.
Okay.
Henry's eyes are burning into me from across the living room. Your summer's going to suck. There's an echo of snorts from my teammates. The loudest one coming from Matty, Bobby, and Chris, who all tell me something similar. Okay, that's a group chat. When I said no to joining them in Miami this summer, spouting words turn, I shoot back at my unimpressed roommate. You should become a motivational speaker. You'll be sorry you didn't listen to me when you're stuck doing manual labour and team building activities at staff training next week. Henry continues to flick through the Honey Acres brochure. Go away.
Oh.
His forehead creasing with a frown. The further he gets into it. What's night duty? I have to sleep in a room attached to the campus cabin twice a week in case they need anything. I say casually, watching Henry's eyes widen in horror. Every single time I'm reading a book, I have to do what they're doing. Well, that's what you get.
That hurt.
Well, that's what you get for stretching out my mask. Sorry, babe.
I love you.
Good too. I've got 3 people listening to me. The rest of the time, I sleep in my own cabin. It's a no from Ray. It says, throwing the brochure back onto the coffee table. Good luck, though. Could be worse.
How
Robbie.
fucking dare you, Desla? How fucking
Can
dare
you
say that?
honestly just shush? Sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I'm in the middle of speaking to whoever, and you just decide to butt in.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'll be quiet now.
Now you get what I mean by that one video. About how I can't stop but being mean. I'm sorry. I love you.
Sorry.
I just said I love you.
I love you too.
Anyway. It's a no from me, he says, throw the brochure back onto the coffee table. Good luck, though. Could be worse, Robbie muses from across the living room. You could have to move to Canada this summer. What's it, Canada? Canada?
Place in the school too. Because why not?
Nate groans loudly, burying his head into his girlfriend's hair, sinking further into the recliner they're sharing. Fuck off about fucking Canada. There's swearing.
What?
Swearing.
Fuck off about fucking Canada.
Yeah. You brought this on yourself, Sassy Mutters. Just loud enough for all of us here. Something's just grey, baby Nate. You want to play for Vancouver. Keep it in my spot. I'd rather move to Canada than look after 20 kids for 9 weeks. A genuine disgust on Henry's face would make someone think I'm going to work at a slaughterhouse, not spending the summer as a counsellor at the sleepaway camp. You really didn't think this through, Callaghan. I think that was Callaghan. Is that Callaghan? It'll be Callaghan. Coughlin. Callaghan.
Coughlin.
Yeah, Miss Coughlin's name's kind of similar to that. I really did. Honeyacre's main. I'm learning new words. Clientele are busy and rich. Are busy and rich parents who need to keep their kids occupied for the full summer while they work. Thankfully, the fees are expensive as hell, which means the facilities are better than every other camp I looked at. And given the work keeping multiple kids in check, the job is well paid with multiple full days off. Sometimes I know it is a luxury and definitely not the case with most camps. Right? Living life. Something we all hate.
Something I hate.
Chris and Bobby suggested that I apply after I turned down their vacation offer, explaining I needed to get a job. They went to Honey Acres one summer 10 years ago, and swore it was the best camp in California. And I was willing to apply for anything. Money has been tight since the bar I worked at was shut down by the cops. Unfortunately, its reputation for suspicious activity and serving underage students finally caught up with it. Underage students? And there's no sign of reporting it, so even though Henry thinks my judgment is seriously flawed, the alternative is hanging around Maple Hills. Unemployed, being hounded by my mum, and easy choice. But what I'm hearing, Hen, is you still don't want to come with me. It's still a no, thanks. But if you need a fake emergency to be able to leave, let me know. I'll make it cool. JJ leans closer to Henry from beside him on the couch, nudging him with his shoulder. The only emergency you're going to have for the next 2 years, Captain, is drowning in so much. JJ! Don't know what he was going to say.
No one's watching now.
I know.
Oh, no, someone's watching.
Okay,
Sorry.
now I get what that word was supposed to be. It's drowning in too much, but JJ! Sassy squeaks, cutting him off. Get your mind out of the gutter. He chastised. I was going to say paint.
What was he actually going to say? What? Oh.
Yeah. Statue rolls her eyes at him, giving him the finger as he blows her a kiss. One's going this, the other one's going mwah.
Mwah.
Right. Lowering her hand, she focuses on me, a soft smile on her lips. You have fun. Ignore Henry. We'll miss you around here, though. You don't even live here anymore, Matty says, eyebrow raised. You've never lived here, she counters, starting off an argument about who spends more time at this house. Oh, down. As grateful as I am to have a job this summer, it does kind of suck to be heading off when I've only just moved in with Henry and Robbie. Plus our unofficial roommates, Matty, Bobby, and Chris, who magically appear whenever food is mentioned. It's weird having my own room after 2 years of sharing in the fraternity house. Fraternity.
Get your head down.
I don't want my head down.
I like your hair.
I don't.
I do.
And before that with my brother Ethan. But I'm already so much happier here. My boyfriend keeps on staring at me. The look of love. Aside from the obvious things like having my own space and living with people I like, it feels good not to have a strategically plan when I can. Okay, say that again. I'll say that again. Aside from the obvious things like having my own space and living with people I like, it feels good not to have strategic. No, it's
What the C? That's why.
strategic. You say it.
Where?
Strategically. Hopefully you guys understand that. When I can jerk off or on rare occasions get laid, Henry had the courtesy to let me know that after 6 months of living next to Nate and Stassi, that he can confirm that the absolute certainty that the room is not soundproof. Are you two going to argue all afternoon, or should we get ready for the party? My pronunciation, guys, is horrible. Robbie shouts over Stassi and Matty bickering. Tonight we're throwing a party to say goodbye to the guys graduating, or a farewell and fuck off party, as Robbie calls it. He's staying at Maple Hills for grad school, and is happy to retain his title as party planner. That said, no one looks particularly enthusiastic about preparing the house for the horde of Maple Hill students descending on us in a few hours. I know it feels like the end of an era for the guys. 4 years is a long time to spend every day with someone. For Nate and Robbie, it's even longer. They haven't ever lived in different towns, never mind different countries. For me, it feels like the start of one. I joined a fraternity in the beginning of school because I wanted a family that wouldn't let me down like my real one does. Sad. I thought my frat brothers would be there. The good and the bad. I'd finally have people I could rely on. But it didn't happen. I sense I made a mistake freshman year, but I persevered, thinking it'd take a while to feel like family. I knew I'd made a mistake when all the shit happened with the rink at the start of the year, and the only people who were there for me are in this room. It was the worst time of my life, which says a lot, and I was bottling up how embarrassed I felt. Then one day Henry asked me if I was alright, and I told him I was fine. I expected that to be the end of it, but he told me he knew I was lying and he'd be back when I was ready to talk. Every week we had the same conversation until I bumped into him over winter break. I tried to go home, but only lasted 24 hours with my dad's post-casino lost drunk, incoherent bullshit, and my mum's borderline professional inability to hold him accountable for his actions before I was on my way back to campus. Henry was heading to the hockey house to get his art supplies, and when he saw me, he asked me if I was alright, and for the first time I told him no. After spending so many years too ashamed and angry about my dad's gambling problem to tell anyone, it all came tumbling out like word from it. Not even Coach Folker or Nate knew the full extent of my home life, but I told Henry fucking everything. He stood there, canvas tucked underneath his arm, listening. When I was done, feeling like a ton of bricks had been lifted from my shoulders, he asked me if I wanted to get Kenny's wings and hang out with him over the break. He didn't ask me questions. He didn't offer advice. He didn't judge me. That's why I immediately said yes when he asked if I wanted to live with him and Robbie. That's sweet. She doesn't feel the person who fainted to feel bad. Right. Oh god, we need to get the camera closer. No, you can't hide your face at all. The room has descended into chaos like it always does when everyone is together, with multiple conversations overlapping the next louder than the last. People mistake me for being quiet, for being shy, but I'm not shy. I don't think that I'm even that quiet. It just people need to stop texting me. It just looks that way because of how loud everyone else is. I prefer to sit and listen than be focused on off everything. I like my teammates. There's too much pressure that with being the centre of attention. Too many opportunity to fuck everything up. I'm much happier being an observer, watching from the outside. Making my way into the kitchen, I grab a water from the refrigerator, taking another one. I said to someone behind me, I know what you're trying to do. Take my hoodie off.
No, not hoodie off. Take
Hood.
your head down.
No. Stop. No, because my hair looks shit.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Buxton.
I promise you.
Enough.
It doesn't. What about that?
You ready for your official first party, Judy says, accepting the bottle from my hand. We both lean against the kitchen counter looking into the living room. I think so. Don't piss Robbie off it's the only rule, right? JJ snorts as he unscrews the lid of his drink. It happens to be my favourite pastime, but it depends on how hard you want to be worked next season. I think I'll stay on his good side. Feel like home yet? He asked, taking a sip of the water. I've spent a lot of time with JJ over the past few weeks and have discovered that beneath the Joker persona, he's very brotherly. After using my savings to buy myself an old truck a couple of months ago, I became the unofficial moving guy for everyone's boxes. It was nice to feel useful, but it didn't bother me until Lola was worried her stuff would accidentally get shipped to Nate's new place in Vancouver. And she drew dicks on the boxes that weren't hers or Stassi's.
What did she do?
Drew dicks.
She drew dicks.
Yeah.
That's what I did for the year 11s on their final day. I drew dicks all over their shirts.
JJ and I drove to this new place in San Jose with a truck full of the decorated boxes and getting funny looks from the other drivers for the entire journey. You learn a lot about who someone is when you're stuck in an enclosed space with them for 10 hours. Ironically, JJ joked that I give hardly anything away. Getting there, I'd admit. Big change from what I'm used to. Remember, you belong here. Everyone wants you around. You hear me? He says quietly. Quite sad because no one's actually listening. I've never voiced my insecurities to any of the guys, but somehow JJ knows I keep myself on the outside of things. I called him perspective once, and he said it's just because he's a Scorpio. Whatever that means. I don't know what zodiac means.
You don't?
He doesn't know what zodiac means. I know I'm Sagittarius.
Sagittarius?
Yeah.
That's my mum's one as well.
Mm-hmm. Pisces.
The Saggy and the Pisces. Yeah.
I appreciate it anyway, and for the first time in a long time, I feel understood, which is a strange feeling to accept since a lot of the time I don't understand myself. I hear you, I confirm. He slaps me on the shoulder before heading back to his seat in the living room. I follow slowly, throwing myself into the seat beside Henry. Robbie claps his hands once, giving us all hockey flashbacks as we instinctively give him our immediate attention like well-trained dogs. Such a mini fork, jeez, Nate grumbles, shuffling uncomfortably in his seat. You know, I flinched during rounds of claws now, Bobby adds. I think it's an actual trauma response. Oh shit. I hear that clap when I'm alone, Matty says, nodding in solidarity. What? Nah. Joe snorts. That's Chris next door. Just the one. Dapper cheeks. Singular. Okay. Mm-hmm. Robbie hisses something under his breath as Chris launches a couch cushion at Jay, which he catches and throws back, chaos ensuing. Where were these defensive skills when you played hockey, Dre? Henry asked, catching him off guard long enough for one of Chris's cushions to smack him right in the face. For fuck's sake, Robbie grumbles. This play isn't going to happen if one of you clowns ends up with a concussion. Come on, one last time. Natural silence settles over the room as everyone reluctantly lines up and up to be told what to do by Robbie. And there's a weird moment where I think it occurs to everyone that this and the last party, the guys are going to throw together in this house. I'm lost in my thoughts when JJ starts laughing and shouting, $5? You all owe me $5. What? Stas is crying. He wraps his arm around her, kisses the side of her head. And it's before she's had any alcohol. I win. You bet on your own girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah, then that's just like betrayal, man.
I would never.
Okay, that's enough. Look, people will be able to watch back this.
Okay.
I give up to you. I can't go down for it. I need to be on the screen. Wiping her tears away with the back of her hand, she looks around bewildered. You guys bet on me? All the guys reach for their wallets, plucking out bills. Matty shrugs and he slams it onto JJ's awaiting palm. We technically bet on your tears. This is unbelievable, Nate. Did you know? She turns to her boyfriend, who's discreetly pulling money from his pocket. You're such a douchebag. You're all douchebags.
So he bet his own girlfriend for what?
Oh,
I wasn't listening. What did he bet his girlfriend on?
Like, if she'll cry after or before or after alcohol.
Oh, and she cried.
She cried before. Nate hands his high five. Nate
100.
No. Nate hands his $5 bill to JJ and tugs her into a tight hug, kissing her temple affectionately. You didn't even try to ask. I could have brought you chicken wings with that money. Unbelievable. It's just so sad. You guys are all going to your separate ways, and then there's just an atmosphere. If I told you Russ didn't bet on you crying today, would that make you feel better? Her watery eyes met mine, and she grins. Thanks, Muffin. You're not on my shit list. I gave her a nod of acknowledgement, letting her think it's because I thought she wouldn't cry, which I knew she would, instead of saying it's because I don't gamble. Excuse me, Henry interrupts. Neither did I. Henry also knew she would cry, but decided he doesn't gamble anymore in solidarity. JJ is still counting on his money when Lola strolls in with a bag full of red cups. She looks along the line and scowls. She cried, didn't she? Yep, the room echoes. God damn it, Anastasia. Hold up. This is so similar to fucking... Anastasia's is a name in one of her other books. That's why. Lola drops the bags into Robbie's laps, bending to kiss him before reaching into her purse and pulling out some cash. This is the last time you're ever going to get my money, Joe. Until I fail at hockey and follow my true calling in life, JJ counts. Stripping. Until then, now that everyone's debts have been paid, can we please get this shit show started? Robbie groans. The silence for murder returns. The same shared thought running through my teammates' minds one by one. Nate clears his throat, nodding. One last time. The weird atmosphere disappears as soon as Lola bursts out laughing. All right, Alexander Hamilton, and I'm supposedly the dramatic one. Jeez, bunch of fucking drama queens. Well, since Ned's not really watching and we took like 30 minutes reading the first chapter, that'll be enough for today.
Alright. What do you want to
Bye
do?
bye.